With you, turn to the book of Job. The book of Job. We're going to be very, 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 very brief. Amen. Very brief. Amen. My feet right before Psalms in the Old Testament. Amen. Well, out of the book of Job, we're going to come to the first chapter of Job.
All right.
You got it? Job chapter 1. Deal with the Old Testament this morning. Job chapter 1. You got it, Mother?
Yes, sir.
Amen. Job chapter 1. Such a beautiful, brisk morning, Sister Johnson. Cold. I like that cold weather. Amen. I had to take off my shirt and walk around. Say amen.
Blessed.
Amen. Ma'am?
You're very blessed.
Amen. 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 Job chapter 1, beginning at verse 13. Job chapter 1, beginning at verse 13. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
Amen.
Look at your neighbor and say, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away.
Yes, sir.
And slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Come on, preacher.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Look at your neighbor and say, uh-oh. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone
Yes, sir.
to tell thee.
Yes, sir.
Then Job arose and talked bad to everybody and started boo-hooing and left the church.
Come on, preacher. Come on, preacher.
Is that what he said?
Take your time. Take your time, preacher.
Job went off on everybody because he was going through a lot of stuff and stopped serving God.
No.
Is that what he did?
No, sir.
Then Job arose and rent his mantle,
Yes, sir.
shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground and worshipped.
Worship.
And he said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this, Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Clap your hand. Somebody tell him thank you this morning.
Thank you.
Job didn't stop serving God because evil befell him. Is that right?
Amen.
We're going to use for the subject matter for a few moments this morning. If it's not one thing,
Yes, another.
it's another. But I'm still serving God.
Yes, sir.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
That's right.
But I'm still serving God.
Yes, sir.
There are times in this walk with the Lord, I'm going raw this morning.
Yes, sir.
There are times in this walk with the Lord when things don't work out according to what we planned. Is that right?
Amen.
And Mama used to say, it bees that way sometimes.
That's right.
Amen. But she didn't tell me, Brother Ingram, she didn't tell me that those times would be so frequently. Say amen.
Amen.
She didn't tell me that those times would come around so often. She didn't tell me that misfortune would befall me back to back to back to back to back.
Come on, preacher.
I didn't feel like I was prepared to receive bad news. Altogether, things going bad, and I'm still trying to serve God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've walked away many times, turned my back from following after God because of the things that I've had to endure in this life. But I want to tell you this morning that whatever you're going through, whatever things you happen to face, wherever you find yourself in this life, there's no better place to be than under the covering of the Lord. Somebody ought to clap your hands.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk just about it ain't one thing, it's another. Amen. How many of you ever had situations come at you consecutively?
Yes, sir. Come
To
on,
where
preacher.
every time you look up, Sister Rosie, somebody's bringing some bad news.
Come on, preacher.
I mean, it seems like it ought to be, Sister Dr. Hill, it seems like they ought to mix some good news in there
Come on
sometimes.
now.
Have to spend money on a whole lot of stuff,
Come on now.
money that you weren't prepared to spend.
Talk.
$14,000 for a new air conditioner system, and just when I start getting settled in on it, electrical problems, $10,000 and something else. So come on here.
Yes, sir.
Mercy.
Family members acting up, giving you problems. Come on here.
Preach.
And there are three areas. Look at your neighbor and say three areas.
3 areas.
There are three areas where the enemy regularly fights the children of God. That be in your health,
Yes, sir.
in your finances,